What's it like to run a 30-person home staging business while also raising a family? Today, we'll find out. Many phone calls, managing logistics, fixing problems, right down to the toilet breaks.
You on toilet, Jake?
Yeah. Kidding, we're not going that detailed. Let's get into a day in the life of a home staging business owner with Jake.
Who's ready, me?
Me!
How you going, bud? Did you have a good sleep? Mine was awesome. Thank you very much.
We'd hopefully be able to let them know if we had it signed off today, and Web West is coming.
What's in there? That's a big one, isn't it?
Bye everybody, have a really great day at school.
I love you!
Today's a different day than normal for me, so this is probably not a true indication of what my day normally looks like. Usually, if I am needed in the warehouse or it's a tricky morning, got a lot of loading to do, I'll often start here at about 6 o'clock, just before 6. I like to get in early before the team so I can kind of sort things out, just get my head around the day, make sure everything's ready to go. Today is not how that is playing out because Phoebe is down in Melbourne talking to suppliers about their new range stuff, putting in a lot of orders before the end of the tax year, financial year, which I will mention later because I've got a bit to do with that today. So I did the later start, which is normally what Phoebe does. We kind of split it up. I do the early morning start and then I'll do the school pickup and she does the reverse of that. So today we've had a bit of a later start. The truck's already gone. Generally when I get here at this time of day, I walk in and I've got a bit of a plan for the rest of the day, but to start with, just say hello to everybody, and to be honest, I'm just making sure that everything went smoothly this morning, see if there's anything I need to fix already. So plan for today, good to have a plan, whether it happens this way or not, we'll see, but I'm a bit of a list kind of guy, love a notebook as well, so I always try and keep a bit of a to-do list. This time of year we as a business do a lot of our reviews with our staff, annual reviews. We do it more often than that. We do stuff through the year, but we do like a kind of more formal one this time of year, so that's what I've got to get through a couple of those today, and I'm going to start with that this morning with Jerome, who's in the warehouse. I've also got this time of year, again being kind of end of the financial year, Phoebe being down in Melbourne is intentional for that reason as well, so we're trying to get a lot of those purchases done before the end of the financial year. Something that I do probably once a week this time of year at least is go through and figure out a bit of a cash forecast over the next month to make sure that we know how much we have available to cover all of the things that we've already committed to, all of our wages and those sorts of things, and then what's left over so that Phoebe can know what she has available to her to buy the new range stuff, to really kind of get a lot of that new stuff that we're going to buy in the next few months for spring anyway, get as much of it now as we can. So that's one of the things I'm going to do a bit later. And then we're still looking to fill a couple of positions, one in the logistics team. So every day at the moment I'm just going through the new applications and figuring out who I want to get in for an interview. That should be a pretty quick thing because if you do it, I found that when I don't do it daily, it really builds up and takes me a long time, so that'll be something a bit later. Those are the main things, and then I've got a few little things. I've actually ticked one off already. I already updated our inventory database this morning. That's something I try and do every day. Phoebe and the stylist need it for selecting stock for the next couple of days. So I got up early, watched the football and had the laptop on my lap and did it this morning. All right, which one are you at, the pack up? Get to the next one. Do you just want to mention it to, she's aware of it, so when you get to the next one, figure out if there's anything we can do. And then I'll just talk to Morgan about photos and just see if there's any.
Okay, perfect.
All right. She's 3:30 tomorrow, she's just waving at me. So they've had a bit of an accident, two of the bedsides that they had on the truck. They had it on the back of the truck and somebody pulled the pad that they're sitting on, they've fallen off and broken. So it means they're not usable, and one's completely broken, one's not, it's a little bit of damage, but it's not something we would want to put into a house, so without it coming back and getting fixed first. So we need to figure out, firstly, with the layout of the new one, they do have another single bedside that they can potentially use depending on how the layout of the bedrooms works. If that doesn't work, we'll have to figure out how to get a set of bedsides out. Unfortunately, when this does happen, it's usually a bit closer. They're going to Narangba, which is a good 45 to an hour away from here. Thankfully, photos aren't today, so we can figure out how to get them out there before tomorrow's photos, and we've got people that live kind of on the north side. So either way, we'll figure it out, and we'll get a fix out, and they'll just keep moving today. Just touching on something that I mentioned earlier, which I'm doing just quickly, quick update, is the cash forecasting around the end of tax time and making sure that we know what's available, that we've got the funds kind of coming in and sitting there for all the invoices that we've already got sent out, all the bills for new furniture, making sure we've got enough for all the wages that we know our next couple of pay cycles, things like that. So what I do, I don't do this throughout the year as much, because generally we have the buffers available that we're not worried about this, but at this time of the year we want to make sure that any purchasing that we are going to need for spring, so if we're going to be buying something furniture wise over the next couple of months anyway, we bring it forward where we can and we have the cash available so that we get that tax deduction in this financial year. So what I do is I go into our accounting software, we use Xero. I download all of our outstanding bills that we've already committed to, which is, so Susanna gets all of the things as Phoebe's buying things and putting orders in, comes into our email, Susanna gets it into Xero, and then I download all of that into our Excel sheet that I've got here. And then all of the invoices for the staging that we've sent out, I bring those in and I put some timelines to those in terms of when we know that those jobs are happening. And all of that kind of filters through to a daily sort of forecast, so I can see when are we expecting money to come in, what bills do I know are going to have to go out, and then at the end of the day, what does that leave available to Phoebe? So I'm doing a quick update right now, and that then will be something that I send through to Phoebe. Like we said, she's down doing the supplier conversations at the moment, so she knows what does she have available in terms of right now, what can she commit to, and then I'll keep updating that every few days at this, given we're less than 2 weeks away from the end of the month. Every couple of days, every 3 days-ish, I'll give her a new number just to say, based on what you've done in the last couple of days, you still have this much that you can go and commit to. So it's really about maximising, from a tax point of view, our spend, the available cash, so that we're, like I said, getting from a tax point of view, we're getting the most efficient use of that, but it's also making sure that she has a good idea about what's still left for getting the right stuff for spring, so that when we get to the really busy months, we're busy now, but when we get into the extremely busy period of the year, we have what we already need. We've got all the boxes there. We've got time to unbox them, to assemble everything and make sure that everything is what we expected it to be, and we're not trying to play catch up later down the track. We are in the position where we get a lot of questions. We also had the home staging conference earlier in the year, and we've done this article in 12:30. Most of the day is done from the people out on site, the truck point of view. We've got George's back. I think some of the other stylists will start coming back soon as well. But I probably shouldn't say this just yet, but I will, because we're close enough to the end of the day, that pretty much everything's gone smoothly today. So there's no major issues. We did have the small thing earlier with some bedside tables that were damaged, and we had to figure out a replacement there. We also had a key delay at one of the jobs, but we figured that one out, and the boys are doing a pack up by themselves without a stylist, but they have everything they need to make that happen. So they're actually on the way back now. We've got one truck coming back, the fourth truck, the hide truck that we have to get unloaded quickly, and then the other trucks get back. So today that means we've gotten 7 installs and 7 pack-ups done without any major issues, and from what I can tell, everyone's pretty much on time. So it's actually, I said at the start, it's one of those things I have to fix problems throughout the day. Today was actually pretty smooth. So right now, Jerome's down here figuring out all of our stock lists for tomorrow, or printing them out, getting them sorted so we know what's going on what truck. We've had a delivery in the background, Globe West new stuff that Phoebe's had come in, so we're going to have to deal with that, get that out of the way for the trucks. And then the rest of this afternoon, for me, I've got a couple things to finish upstairs, but basically I'm going to be down here with Jerome, helping get everything sorted for tomorrow. So we're going to be pulling stock, getting rid of these boxes, unloading trucks, just making sure that if there's any missing stock that is supposed to go out tomorrow that isn't here, we flag all of those things today so that tomorrow it's a bit smoother. So we've just gotten to the last install of the day for one of the trucks, about 15, 20 minutes from here. And the outdoor dining table that we had sent is a bit too big for the space. So thankfully it's not too far from the warehouse, and we've got one truck here just about unloaded, and we've got photos this afternoon. So the boys that are still on site are gonna keep their table, and then we're just gonna I've got a slightly smaller one, rectangle, that'll fit it perfectly apparently. We'll throw that on this truck and send somebody out there now. So should work out fine. We are going to pick up the kids. Everything kind of is wrapping up at the warehouse. They'll be there for, some of the stylists will be there for another hour or so, just getting everything ready. The logistics team generally finishes around 3 o'clock. They might have an extra 15 minutes today because one of the trucks had to go and do the switch out with the outdoor dining table. There's no major issues. Everything was pretty good today, and we'll go and do the school pickup. As I said, we'll go home and have a bit of time with the kids, and yeah, finish up the day later on. So I'm sort of checking out that for now, and one of them is, I think, today will be. So we are home, and that is most of the day. From here, I mean, like I said, Phoebe's not here at the moment, so the rest of the afternoon is with the kids and dinner time and all that sort of stuff. And depending on the day, that would be it. For Phoebe and I, often though, and today will be one of these days, I've got some stuff I need to do after the kids go to bed. So as the business owner, the work doesn't stop just because we've had enough. It keeps going because I've got to get ready for tomorrow. So it'll be some inventory database updates. There's some other kind of finance number related stuff that I have to catch up on. And yeah, just getting ready with all of the stock lists. So yeah, that's what it looks like, a normal-ish day with a little bit more to come tonight.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and I don't know why my dad Jake smells a lot.